Hello, and welcome back to another settlement tour video. Today I'm bringing you my newly finished, I will say not quite finished settlement at Spectacle Island. The reason why it's not quite finished is because, well, I can't actually get it to finish. And that's because I've decided to see what I can do with a settlement when I use a little bit of the PS4 mods that were released not too long ago. And what I realized is, although I could have a settlement of any size with a whole bunch of different things in it, it didn't crash my PlayStation like my Sanctuary Hills Light City settlement does without mods, because that one actually crashes the system, where it'll actually send me back to my PlayStation menu and say the application's closed. Even when I fast travel into Sanctuary now for that particular settlement, sometimes it has to finish rendering all of the images there, and it takes a couple of minutes to do it. It doesn't crash while doing it, but it just looks kind of funny with all these green blocks and stuff like that. Anyway, this settlement doesn't crash, this settlement freezes. And so I'll put in a couple objects and it'll freeze. I'll put in a couple objects and it'll freeze. So the last long little while of the settlement has been a very slow progress where I'll add a couple objects and then save, and then try and add a few more, and maybe it'll crash and I'll have to re-add those few more. Sometimes my saves even corrupt where it won't even finish loading, it'll just sit on a black screen. So then I have to back up even further. I realize that there's just too much going on. Like, yes, it has to do with the mods, because the one mod is unlock settlement objects, which allows me to place more variety of objects, and that's where it seems to be freezing, is only in the object placement, only during the settlement build area. So I know that's causing it, but it wasn't causing it the whole time, because I didn't really start doing it until I got this settlement to the size that it is now. So I got all the structure done, and I got some of the interior stuff done, but there's a ton that's not finished, and, well, quite frankly, I don't think I'll ever get it finished. But if I do, or if I get more done, I'll probably do a follow-up video. Anyway, let's take this tour. We're down at the beach here, and I didn't really do anything with the beach area. I just kind of, because I used the one mod that allows you to delete or scrap more objects, I scrapped about everything I could. But as you can see, some stuff isn't released in this scrapping. So this wonderful boathouse has pieces that are just kind of floating there because they're not scrappable, unlike other pieces that were scrappable. So anyway, that was quite funny, and it looks silly, but that's okay, it doesn't matter to me. Anyway, I left this as kind of the entrance area with some security to the settlement, and what it's securing is my entrance right here, Spectacle Island. So, like Light City, this one is fully enclosed. Only this one is the size, almost fully the size of Spectacle Island. So it is massive, and it's got a lot going on, and it's used one of my favorite things in the Unlock Settlement Objects tool, which is which allows me to do more landscaping. Anyway, I'll show you guys. But this is my security area. I've got a few guards. It's highly secured. What I'm going to do along the way here is kind of tell you what these areas are going to be, what my hope is for them. So this kind of a check-in room, a walk up, give your name, information. These are quick hold rooms. This one, I don't know what it's going to be because it's got grass sticking right through it, but that's okay. Yeah, so these are quick hold rooms, so anybody who they're not quite sure yet before processing, they're going to be the ones that that stay in those rooms. Then up here, this would be part of the crew quarters for the security guards. This would be a bathroom. Then I do have some beds because I put settlers in here. So yeah, beds. This one here's got a bathroom attached. This one here's got a bathroom attached. And over here, same kind of thing, bathroom attached. So yeah, so like I said, mostly unfurnished, at least for these areas. I do have some furnished areas, but it's mainly my central area. I've used a lot of this see-through floor as ceiling areas. I really like that it allows light into rooms without having to use actual lights for everything. So part of the unlocked settlement objects is of course this blue, which is as a concrete build set. Has pretty well everything that the regular concrete one has that comes with, I think, Wasteland Workshop, except for the kind of clear grate wall, like this thing just does a wall. But yeah, almost everything's there, including the foundations. And the foundations are the key to making these totally enclosed settlements like this. So most of my outside is all foundation. Through here we've got our prison. Yes. So, lots of cells in here. Upstairs, lots of cells. I've got a couple of security posts that are looking out onto the prison here, and then it walks through to the other side. More prison cells. There are, so in the unlocked settlement object mod, there are prison cell doors, but they don't actually clip to the door frames, which is silly. So I would have totally added them in before doing this video if I could, because they look way cooler if they all had cell doors on them, but they don't. Down here we can see these flashing lights, and that's because through here is not just a regular cell, it's for our really shitty people. They get to hang out down here. No light, no sun, flashing, annoying, obnoxious strobe lights, and that's all they get. They all get to be in one place, and they're lucky that they've got a couple of mattresses and stuff to sleep on down here. This is one of my kind of furnished areas. As soon as I built it, I wanted to finish it off and put some skeletons and stuff in here. So I quite like how that turned out. Anyway, that's it for that. So yeah, the prison has more of the open grates here, but it's only really for my my security guards, because inside the cells they don't have any windows or anything like that. So it's true to a real prison, where the prisoners don't actually get a whole lot of nice treatment. So the prison's right at the front entrance, and this is the only entrance to my settlement here on Spectacle Island. So yeah, so they don't even get to come in the main way. Alright, we'll move forward.
If you ain't been up to see great.
This says, police down walkway. So, before I head in there, I want to tell you about this. Is that I built this whole thing, and it's so big that I had all this open space in the center, and I had no idea what to do with it. So, I thought that because in the Unlock Settlement Objects mod, there was actually a nature category, it allowed me to put some nice green trees and plants down. So I wanted to make this a whole open kind of foresty area on the middle of Spectacle Island. And then I thought, even better, I'm going to make a walkway that connects all the different elements. So that is stay on the walkway. And here we go. So every single one of the trees that's in this whole center court area are all added in. The trees, the plants, the rocks, the dead trees, everything is added in from here, which is probably why my game keeps crashing, because I've got so many trees in that. So each one of these signs along the way tells what is straight ahead of it. So as we can see, if they were coming this way, the exit's that way and the prison's that way. So you'll see them along the way. They're all along the boardwalk. I had to use a very slow process to make this boardwalk because I didn't just want to use stairs and flats, because of course the stairs aren't perfect with their heights all the time and where they snap to. So I actually had to use a trick to create steps here out of levels of these small the small floor pieces from the woods category. Anyway, it was very slow to do it, and there's lots of videos to show. There's a few videos on YouTube to show you how to do this method, but I used it along this entire area, and it was very slow. So, here we go. Castle's that way. Main area's that way. Diner's down there. This way is our hotel. So, City View Suites. Like I said, most of this is not furnished. So, here are our suites. I think they turned out pretty well. I have to keep pausing here so I can look at my time, because the video is going to run out of my 15 minutes here soon. So yeah, so the suites are actually planned as full housing suites. So somebody from out of the area could actually stay long term in here if they wanted to. And these would have had kitchens and everything like that. So they'd be a nice large size. You come out here, they've got, this is why it's City View Suites, because, well, it looks out onto the city. Every single one has a balcony. The two end ones have larger balconies. And then down here, there would be the bedrooms. Some of them have these, this stuff, the ground coming through it. That just kind of happens, but that's okay. All of them use these cool, this is all part of the Foundations mod. These different external textures, like the blue one here. We've got this greenish one, and this is white, and the yellow one as well. So they kind of make it look cool, like each one's got its own color, which I liked. Yeah, so this one's got a single wide portal. Private, because they got privacy walls there, so you can't see each other. I think these would have turned out really nice if I could get them all furnished. But it is what it is. Yeah. Just kind of scoot over. I think it's this one that's got the worst. Yeah, see, it's got that big thing there. But still lots of space for beds in here, of course, so it's not like there wasn't the space at all. But, so when I designed this settlement, I did the entire outside wall and then built pieces into it, brought it in, and added stuff in as I figured out what I wanted to do and what shape I had and how it would work. So you can see that's the main area over there. So it's pretty cool views from out here. If people are renting the suites, still secure because nobody can climb up here. They're high enough. I suppose this one, if they have a ladder, they can get up. But anyway, yeah, so I built in each of these as I went, and I didn't quite know what I was going to have in here until I brought it in. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a hotel, or this is going to be a restaurant. So you can see diners down that way, so the restaurant's down that way. So as I built them in, I realized what they were going to be, and that's why I'm like, oh, I got to add a prison because I've got so much space. Spectacle is so huge that I had to keep adding stuff and coming up with new things to put in. Anyway, down here is the barge, kitchen and bar. So we're gonna pause because I'm at 14 minutes and 11 seconds right now. So let's pause and come back for the next video. See you in a second.